When defining the southern United States, the Commonwealth of Kentucky is almost always included in that region. Despite being a core member of the South, Kentucky is a rare exception compared to other southern states. Core southern states like Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, and even states that are further north than Kentucky, like Virginia, all seceded from the Union during the American Civil War in the 1860s. Kentucky did not, despite being a slave state as well. So why? Why didn't Kentucky secede from the United States to join the Confederate States in 1861? Usually, when I talk about the Civil War, I start with tons and tons of background dating back to before the dinosaur time to explain why John McJohnson sneezed at 132 instead of 133. Instead of repeating the same old story over and over and over again about how the Civil War started, I suggest you watch any of these videos on screen where I do explain it in depth. For today's video, I will skip straight to 1861. Beginning in 1860 and continuing into 1861, many southern states started seceding from the Union to join the Confederacy, with them all giving the same story. We want states' rights. States' rights to do what? Slavery. The Confederacy promised them slavery, so they switched sides to the Confederacy. By the 8th of June, 1861, all 11 states had seceded officially and recognized that their capital was in Richmond, Virginia. Maryland and Delaware, two border states with legalized slavery, firmly rejected secession. The other two border states, Missouri and Kentucky, were more open to the idea. Kentucky's governor in 1861, Bari McGoffin, rejected the idea of secession, but he also rejected the idea of strict, firm loyalty to the Union as well. Kentucky remained officially neutral throughout the course of the war. McGoffin resigned on August 18, 1862, and was replaced by James Fisher Robinson, a fellow Unionist. In 1863, Robinson was replaced by ultra-Unionist Thomas E. Bramlett, so secession was never going to come from the governor. But it did come from the legislature. On the 20th of November, 1861, 68 out of the 110 counties in the state passed the Ordinance of Secession, and on the 10th of December, 1861, Kentucky was fully admitted and recognized by Richmond into the Confederacy. Even though Confederate Kentucky controlled over half of the state legislature, since it was never elected by the public, it is not recognized as legitimate by pretty much anyone. Getting that all of the way, Kentucky was officially neutral in the conflict, but on the 4th of September, 1861, the Confederates thought that, invading Kentucky would be a great idea. Major General Leonidas Polk violated Kentucky's neutrality by ordering Brigadier General Gideon Johnson Pillow to occupy Columbus, an important city to the state. In response to the Confederate invasion, Union Brigadier General Ulysses S. Grant left Cairo, Illinois, and entered Paducah, Kentucky on September the 6th, which gave the Union control of the northern end of the New Orleans and Ohio Railroad. The Kentucky legislature saw this violation of neutrality also as a violation of Kentucky's self-determination. On the 7th of September, 1861, the General Assembly of Kentucky passed an order ordering the withdrawal of forces, but only Confederate forces. With its neutrality violated, the Union was able to position itself as the less bad choice in the conflict. For the rest of the conflict, the government of Kentucky worked with General Grant and President Abraham Lincoln to defeat the Confederacy. To summarize, the phrase Kentucky didn't secede from the Union is technically false, but legally true. The majority of Kentucky's people sided with the Union because the Confederacy was the one that violated their neutrality first, although there was still a very vocal batch of people who supported the Confederacy. Stick around for next time, where I go over how Louisiana was literally run by a dictator. Yes, a legal dictator. I'm not just paraphrasing here, an actual dictator.